Well, hello, mighty men of valor. I wanted to send a message out for the last week, and the reason I'm sending a video is because I think it'll be faster than trying to type all this. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. In a couple hours, we'll be headed into Conroe. I'm in Madisonville right now at my dad's house. My mom hasn't come out of the room yet. I guess she's probably getting ready, and I was about to make some eggs, but listening to some elevation worship, enjoying kind of a peaceful morning, and the funeral's in about 5 hours for my dad. Most I've sent out a message to you. A lot of you have been praying, and I just wanted to ask for prayer for a really honoring service to my dad, for my dad, and for all the people that are going to be there. Some who may not know the Lord, and so there's a lot of comfort and peace that the family has because we know how strong of a relationship that Dad had with God. And his brothers and his sister, my dad's brother and sisters, may not, well, they don't have that closer relationship. So perhaps this is another draw for them closer to the Lord. And that's what I'm praying for. Pray for my brother-in-law, Will, who's delivering it. My two older brothers, well, all of us, my three brothers, are going to have a different part to play in the service. And I think my dad's favorite part would be the 21 gun salute, which is pretty neat that he's going to have that with the VFW out there. And there's been periods of grief, but periods of rejoicing. And I pray at the end, right before we lower Dad's body into the grave. I've called it assuming the position for the rapture. And was just thinking of this morning, I'm listening to some resurrection songs about how that empty grave will someday be empty again. So it's pretty neat to think about that song, "For every fear there's an empty grave." That's what the elevation worship song says, and we don't have to fear anymore. My dad was always there at every big event, and now he'll be there at every small event too. Every event. So he's in that great cloud of witnesses that surrounds us and that encourages us to run our race and finish it well, as he did. So I just wanted to send out a message to you all, and thanks for your prayers for our family as we grieve, mourn the loss, heaven's gain, and see him again. One of the things that I'll share is that I thought by Dad having this surgery, getting sick, he was going to recover, have another 20 years on earth. That's what I thought. And I thought that the sickness wouldn't lead to death, Felt like God gave me that verse out of John 11 when he was talking about Lazarus. Of course, Lazarus died and brought him back to life. Of course, my dad died. He will bring him back to life. We'll see him again. And so I thought that he would have another 20 years. But then as I realized God's thoughts are higher than mine, I realized that God's eternity that he had in mind was way better than the 20 years here on earth that I had in mind. And I took great comfort in that because his ways are higher than ours, Isaiah says. And Dad lived 66 years. I was telling my family about this. 66 is a pretty complete number. It's how many chapters in Isaiah, how many books are in the Bible, and you can't add anything or take anything away from the Bible. And I think just the same way, you can't add anything or take away anything from my dad's life. God is sovereign. He is in control, even of a broken and fallen world where these kind of tragedies make us feel like we're falling apart. And my dad's body was falling apart at the end. But he's new now. I want to share that with you guys. It would take me a long time to type it, so I figured I'd make a video. When you have time, you can click on it. And I appreciate everything that you guys have meant to me over the years. and some of you longer than others. And I just wanted to touch base with all of you because you're not all on Facebook, and you probably haven't seen the posts and the pictures. Maybe I'll attach a picture to this. We've been going through a lot of the pictures. I'm looking around as if there's any around here, but there's not. So just pray for those things. Pray for my mom. Pray for my mom. I'll tell you this too. She's wearing pink. She was telling the story yesterday because it's a combination of red, which represents Christ's blood shed for us that cleanses us, and white, which is the robes of righteousness that he clothes us in. And she said, you guys, my mom is an amazing woman, and she dealt with the suffering for the last 3 months, and so she's rejoicing that my dad's in heaven. But it kind of is challenging for some who didn't have that relationship with my dad for 43 years, and can't rejoice in the same way. So she was sharing that. She's wearing pink. That's a combination, and I'm pretty happy that she's got that. But it's still hard. She still cries. And, lift her up. My dad's birthday was in about 2 weeks, and a friend of hers took me aside and said, in a couple of weeks, y'all really surround Mom. It's from experience when it gets really hard. So we will. My little brother's here now, and he's gonna take her around, and we're gonna be here. My wife will be here this summer. I'll probably come this summer. She'll stay with the boys for a few months, and we will continue to carry on my dad's legacy. Thanks for joining me in this. I just wanted to send something out to you all and ask for your prayers. And thank you for praying. Love you guys. Bye.